What's up, y'all? Daniel Mime about to see the Forward Motion Dance Festival show. Just having dinner at this cool little restaurant nearby. What's up, y'all? Daniel Mime. We're here about to see the Forward Motion Dance Festival here at the Miami-Dade County Auditorium. All right, let's go in and see what's happening. Hey, y'all. So I don't have any footage from the show. Oh no! But I'm learning about theater, and I think I'm blocking my whole face. I'm blocking my face. You're not supposed to record or take pictures or anything, so I didn't. So Friday night saw the Heidi Latsky Dance Company as well as Step Change. Heidi Latsky Dance Company is from New York, and Step Change, if I said that right, Step Change is from London, England. So the first one was interesting, but the second one, Step Change, wow, it was incredible. So they did something they called fairy tales, and in the picture with the promotion, it was a girl in a wheelchair that kind of looked like a fairy, and she had like a big thing behind her, and but I didn't know what to expect. But it was many different fairy tales. It started out like with Peter Pan, and there was a vampire one, and I believe it was Beauty and the Beast. There was a big chandelier backdrop, and then that one was incredible. So it was a man in a wheelchair who did stuff that I never knew, or I had no idea that somebody in a wheelchair could do. The way he was moving, and he was kind of moving his head, and the way he bent all the way down and came back up, and like it was incredible. And in the event, I mean, it was just, each one of them was amazing. And to see people, and I learned from the first one, Heidi Latsky, one thing that really impressed me was the athleticism of every one of these people. But in Heidi Latsky, they were on stage so long, I was like, wow, how are they not like out of breath? It was incredible. So, and what I've learned when I was talking to different people in intermission and afterwards was that there's people, it was the first integrated dance I've ever seen where there's people with disabilities and people without disabilities. So it was really amazing to me because the first one I've seen, big respect to them, big respect. This is what led me to being here. So the backdrop is, as all y'all know or may not know, I saw Ill Abilities a few months back here in Miami, and a long series of events led me to this show that I saw last night and tonight, the Forward Motion Dance. So in Ill Abilities, each one of them, they have an ill ability. They have a disability, but they're incredible breakdancers, every single one of them. And one of them, Cujo, is like me in the fact that he has an invisible disability. And we had some of the same issues where people may think that we're rude because they say hi to us, or in my case, they wave and I don't wave back. Those kind of things, those same issues that when you don't have a visible disability, people don't understand or believe that you have it, or think that you have it, I should say. Some people don't believe, but that's a whole other thing. But and in this one that I saw tonight, the Forward Motion Dance, it was integrated. So people had disabilities, people didn't have disabilities, and then it really challenged the things that I thought about. Like, say, people in wheelchairs, I had no idea they could do some of the athleticism and stuff that they could do. As y'all know, I'm legally blind, so I talked to somebody there, and he said that the man in the wheelchair I was just speaking of from Step Change, he actually jumped in the chair, and I didn't see that. They all jumped. There was 3 of them on stage at that time, and I didn't see. I wish I would have seen that. So again, I didn't get to record anything. And again, I got to meet somebody else who's visually impaired. That was really cool. And she was saying the same. I love meeting people like me. So she was saying, yeah, I wish I could have recorded it because I see better afterwards. I can zoom in and put it on a big screen. I'm like, yes. All right. So Saturday night, I got to see Karen Peterson and Dance Company. I may be saying these names kind of wrong, but I'll get them basically right. So, so I got to see Karen Peterson's company, as well as Kinetic Light. Off the chain. And again, the guys yesterday were off the chain too. It's just, it was so cool to see 4 different companies. All right, so Karen Peterson is based here in Miami, and Kinetic Light, I'm actually not sure where they're from. I don't want to guess. I'm not sure, but Kinetic Light had two of them, which was the only company I saw that had only two people. I don't mean to say only two, but so that was a whole. It was impressive. I mean, here's the flyer for Forward Motion. Let's see. Let me try to get it so the light's not messing it up. This was the flyer. Okay, so and I'll read some of it to you because I know a lot of my viewers are like me, visually impaired. So this was, and what's on the cover here is the Kinetic Light Dance Company. So they were like the feature event, so to speak, or the main event. Each company. Okay, so let me get my reader out so I can read some of this to you. Okay, so let's see, what does this say here? And you may not see my face, but that's okay. I think you'll survive. Okay, so Forward Motion, physically integrated dance festival and conference. Okay, and in the picture, it's hard for me to see this. Okay, so it was great to see it in person, but they're both in wheelchairs and they're doing some kind of acrobatics with each other. I'm not sure how to describe it. So one is on the other one's wheelchair. They're both on the ground. One is on their back with the arms, and the other one is on their front, kind of pushing up on their arms. It doesn't sound, I'm not giving it justice. It's just impressive. Really, really impressive. This is just one picture. So kind of in closing, I really wish I'd had some video for you guys, but in all honesty, it would not have done justice to what they did. And what I have to really say is that, of course they ask, please no photos or videos, but it's been at least 10 years that I've been to any event that everybody didn't have their phone out and filming something. And to see, like I looked last night, I didn't even look tonight, but last night when I looked around Friday night and I'm looking, and you don't see that glow, that rectangular glow that you see from the cell phone. It was incredible. I mean, a few times people got their little phone out for a minute or two, but not even, it was nobody was recording. It was not obstructing anybody's view, and from what they said, it didn't distract the dancers. So it was incredible, and I talked to everybody and had a really positive experience, and it's the first time ever, this is from last night that and tonight, but the first time ever that when I told somebody I was legally blind, they're not like jumping up the walls going, oh my god, where's your dog, where's your cane, where's your dark glasses, what do you mean you're legally blind, but you can see, right, what do you see, oh no, I don't understand, this is confusing, does not compute, BBB does not compute. So happen, and I got to learn more about other people. I got to see Kinetic Light. I keep showing you the cover, but when I got to see Kinetic Light, so one has some legs, and the other one maybe has some, but at one point they got out of their chairs completely and were doing. I had to wonder, I'm like, do they need their chairs? They were so graceful and just incredible. And other completely, and they were like doing like a backwards somersault, forward somersault, like a side. I'm not sure if it's called the side somersault, but like not just rolling, but going on the sides. They had ramps that were going up and down and turning on the ramps and balancing and like. What? How are you doing this? And going up to the edge of the ramp and then turning around and coming down, and like I would be scared. And the fact that you're strapped into this chair, it's incredible. It's so cool. And I'm gonna go back to the Fairy Tales one that I saw. I mean, there was these two angels that came out. They're dressed in all white, and the backdrop was white, and they were gorgeous. They were beautiful, beautiful young ladies. And again, one actually got out of the wheelchair at some point on the ground and had to think, does she really need the wheelchair? Like, wow, she's so good. And so what somebody told me was that she can't stand on her feet, but she has some mobility. So what I'm trying to say is that it showed me, just like I understand now how to explain to people the vision, the spectrum of vision, or it's the same thing with other disabilities. It's not just one way or this way, or it's not gray area. There's that spectrum, you know. And so some people have some use of their legs, some don't have any. But they had, I mean, it was each performer. I mean, thank you for everybody that helped set it up. Karen Peterson, all the sponsors. And thank you to, I don't know, like, people are weird about using their names and stuff, but thank you to the ballet instructor who told me about it a few months back. I'm so grateful for her. She was, you know, she got busy doing other things, but she was really understanding of my disability, and she's the one that first told me about them. And I finally got to meet Karen, and I got to meet today I got to meet so many of the dancers. And there's one that I'd seen yesterday in the fairy tales that I thought it was him, but I wasn't sure. And I didn't want to say, "Are you the guy from yesterday?" Because I don't know. I really wish I did, because he was incredible. I mean, okay, so I keep going back to the fairy tales one. So in that one, there's a man who had one arm. So he didn't have one arm, but he did have the other one. And the stuff, he was the first performance, I think. Anyways, so when he came out, there was this mirror, and the way he could get on the ground and then like throw himself back up, like from laying flat to standing. It was like, wow, how are you doing this? And at one point, what? It was so cool. And then there's another performance, him and a woman were dancing together, and it started out with like this and so it looked like she was his puppeteer and he was being puppeted up. The way it was boop, 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 totally in sync. The choreography was amazing, and then they were dancing together. He and stuff, and then it was reversed, and she was laying down, and he was bop, 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 puppeteering her up. And it was just, guys, I can't describe how incredible it was. I feel bad just about it, but you know, look, these are how ideas are spread. And right now I'm kind of hooked into the visually impaired community, and that's good. I've seen this integration. It was dancers with disabilities and without. I know I've said that before, but it's incredible to me, and I get to learn a lot. I get to connect with people that I wouldn't connect with normally, and it's the first place I've ever been that I say I'm legally blind, and people aren't jumping and asking me all kind of ridiculous questions. And then somebody explained to me, you know, one of the dancers, I got to talk to him today. Again, I don't want to use anybody's names because I didn't ask anybody if I could put their name out there or anything, so I'm not going to put anybody's name. But when I was talking to him, he's like, yeah, you know, with just like, you know, blindness has a spectrum, blah, blah. I'm like, you know about this? Yay, thank you. And it was so incredible. And like, I got to do a little dance real quick before I go. I don't know what else to say, but I don't know. It was really cool, and it really expanded what I know and what I believe. And I mean, if I could give any advice to anybody, it's something that I've taken recently. It's just try to be open-minded. If you can't get there, you know, just try to open your mind, because, you know, we're set to believe one way, and that works because, like, for instance, we know if we cut too close when we're cutting the onion, we're gonna cut our finger, right? But that's not really a good example. But I mean, that's how our mind learns how to do things, how to not get hurt. So it's kind of the same way that I'm focused. We all are focused that things are one way. But this, especially tonight, really, and yesterday. Yesterday, I was transported to another world, and I've kind of forgotten already because it's so incredible. But I got to. There was male dancers, there was female dancers, and the ones in fairy tales, they were doing at least what I think was at least a good amount of ballet. And it wasn't that, oh, men don't do ballet, which I don't know why that's a thing here in America, but it's whatever, it is what it is. So I didn't think of any of that. I was just watching the performance and watching the Peter. No, I can't really kick that high, but, you know, the stuff that they were doing and spinning and turning, and I was just like, wow, and watching them on their toes. as far as I could tell, every one of these dancers was barefoot. Which is incredible, and they're on this huge stage. And so I brought my binoculars, and yesterday, I wasn't able to sit in the front row. I mean, I got there as early as I could, which was early. We were one of the first ones there. But I sat in the second row, and then there was my vision was kind of obstructed because they saved the front row for people with wheelchairs. And now this particular theater was built a very long time ago when accessibility was not a thing. So that's, they deserve that spot, right? And they do. But I am legally blind, and it was hard. There was certain things I couldn't see. So tonight, when we came back, I asked, "Hey, listen, I'm legally blind. Can I please sit in the front if somebody else doesn't need it?" Yeah, I need it, and so I did, and it really made a difference. And special thanks to my mom for making it possible for me, for driving me both days. Thank you, Mom. I love you. I appreciate you. We were just gonna go last night, and it was so incredible that we went again today. And it was affordable. It was general admission was $30. If you had a disability, it's $20. Yeah, in my life, never in my life have I had a discount because I had a disability. So it was really cool to be part of something like this, and become a part of your community, whether it's disability community or something else. Just, I'm doing it a little bit at a time, and the online thing is good, but we're real people. You making your video, you're real people, and it's just, you got to find the right people, connect with the right people. But there's different organizations, and I don't know about y'all, but I can do a fair amount of research online, but not everything is available online. I heard about the forward motion. I heard about this from when I decided to take ballet. I met Ill Abilities. Part of the things that they did was they showed ballet, and I did ballet. That instructor was very nice, understood that I had a disability, helped me, told me about the Forward Motion Dance Conference. I put it on my calendar. It was earlier this week. I said, hey, that's the end of this month is this week. It's this month. It's now. So I went, and it was incredible, and I hope that you guys come next year. I really had a good time making this video, and I don't regret not having video for you guys. I gotta be honest, because I got to enjoy it. I wasn't sitting there holding my phone. I had my binoculars out, and yes, I can't see everything. I can see one field at a time, but I could see what I could see, and I got to meet a lot of the dancers today. They're all amazing people. I saw the dancer that did the, if it was him, and I didn't want to. It's hard for me, being visually impaired, being legally blind, that a lot of people don't understand it. Ironically, in this place, they probably would have. So I'll just be honest. I didn't want to him to think that because his arm is missing, that I think everybody that looks the same, if they have not an arm missing, but they don't have one of their arms. He was, it was incredible. I really, really wish I would have met him. But maybe I will. I'll keep doing these things, keep going to these different events as I can find them, and just stay positive, guys. Life isn't always easy, and we're gonna be faced with challenges. I've been faced with some challenges lately that I'll just keep to myself for now instead of putting it out to the whole world. But this really helped rejuvenate me and open my mind a lot more. Not even a little bit more, a lot more. And it was just a lot of love, good vibes, and I think this video is long enough. So, good night.